happy mistake. So you done with happy mistake and happy mistake with you done.
So, dear ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to talk about something that we do every day, something that we commit and get punished for it, and that is mistake. We all do that, but today, after you hear my story, please consider whether this mistake should be punished or not. So before I begin my speaking, let me tell you something first, that I will have issues with believing in the quality control of almost every product in Vietnam. Why is it? Because that's the reason how I was born, you know. The reason I was born. Well, about 20 years ago, my parents, they are very careful about that. They have set measures. They don't like to have another children. They had done that for 9 years straight without a single mistake. But then, me appeared. Well, you see here, my parents, they don't like the children. But when I appeared, they was freaking out. Because how did it happen? Is it because of my father? Is it because of my mother? Or was it because of a certain product on the industry? We don't know that. But however, they always saw that I'm a miracle child. I'm someone that was supposed not to happen, but then I happened. However, I always argued to my mother that, Mom, when I was this little creature that can only swim, I'm not very magical, you know. I'm not Harry Potter. And when I meet that protection, you know, I'm not saying abracadabra, and there's a hole in it, and I just swimming through. But no, I cannot do that. But my mother always say, you're a God-sent child. So that was the very first mistake of someone in the industry. And the second issue is that before I was born, you know, my mothers, they are very Asians and they believe in fortune tellings. And when it comes to fortune tellings, they say that, well, your timing was pretty bad because your child seems to be the next generation of Adolf Hitler. What the hell? Because I'm just wondering, I was a mistake and now the next generation of evil. So how did it happen, you know? It was a mistake and now I'm not a generation of evil. Should I be terminated or should I be aborted before I was born? No way. We have human rights. And then, so to prevent that, my mothers and fathers named me Good, which means good nature. So in Vietnam, when you name a person, usually have a meaning for it. Right? If you name what, it means that you very care about your families. If you are G, it means that you are so little and so precious to your families. But my name, which means good nature, it means that I'm a very bad, evil person, and they have to name it to carefully that, hey, when you do something bad, remember your name. You are not supposed to be that. Oh, what the hell? But then, as I growing up, my mother teach me a lot of things. And one of those is that when you are sleeping, you are the most silent angel in the world. You see, my mother and I take that advice very quickly. And when the first day I went to school, the children in there, they were all so lousy. And the teacher had to say, all of you be quiet. And I remember mother saying, I'm one of the most silent person in the world when I sleep. So immediately I fall to sleep. And then you guess what? I got the worst grade in the parents' meeting due to my unethical behavior. See, my mother was not very kind to teach me that sin. And the next thing, and perhaps the final, is that, you see, my parents, they would allow me to do anything, even bad things. But there's one thing that Asian families do not allow. You can go out and hang out with friends until midnight. You can sleep over with friends. But when you love early, like no love, no game, no big activities. My families are very concerned about that because they worry that I'm not a mistake, I'm born because of me. And their reason was that if I left early, I would not be able to study. That's the only reason that most parents in Vietnam take. And I believe it, really. But then one day, there's a miracle happened. I truly love someone, truly. And I love her so much that for the first time, I was like kind of like that before I was. You see, I love her so much that I cannot talk properly. And when I confess to her to say that, the only thing that you can make me love you is that when you have a bad grade in me. Oh, and for the first time, I studied like hell. I studied like the hardest person, the most hardworking person in the world. And guess what? My parents are always wrong. When I fall in love, I study like a bull. So you see, I'm the most successful product. But it comes from a failure. I'm the child who destined to be the next Adolf Hitler, who's supposed to be evil. I'm the child who was supposed to love early because of my parents that love early is going to cause you not going to study well. But guess what? All of those, they are mistakes. My parents, they are mistakes. Myself. Well, when you look at that, you only take a smile because life is like that. You commit a mistake, but don't regret it because one day, if you are me, you will see that it's truly precious. And thank you.